Fancy meeting you all the way out here. Anyways, welcome to another one of my crazy episodes there about camping, fishing, and hunting in the Great Northern Ontario Wilderness. Up again at Gull Lake. We're going to try to get a few birds. Just close to where I normally pick cranberries. Sometimes when they're ready. Uh, this year I don't know. Don't have a lot of faith in them. I checked a couple times this summer and I didn't see any green ones. So I'm thinking maybe there's probably nothing. But anyway, so I'm going to take a walk in there and have a look and see. There's a swamp further on up. Very hard time to find a place to get minnows up here, so I'm going to set a minnow trap and then check it tomorrow. And let's see, maybe it'll be one of the ones that does have a few minnows in it. We're going to give that a try. And maybe later on, if all goes well, I got my boat. I just put my boat into Gull Lake, and we'll go and we'll try some little fishing. I'm going to try some jigging for some walleye. The lake water's down quite a bit. Probably I'm going to say my best guess, good 3 feet from normal, from what it was a couple of years ago. So not a good sign. Eventually, I don't think it's going to get a whole lot lower, but I think the old dams that used to be, I don't know if you can remember, if you've seen one of my earlier videos, there was an old dam that we drive by, and that's what holds the water back. There's another one further up, and I think it's pretty much in disrepair, and they don't need it anymore, so they're probably not going to maintain it, and that's going to become the new norm for the water level in the lake. Anyways, it's still get my boat in there and do a little bit of fishing, so we're going to give it our best try. Unfortunately, this darn Uncle camera I bought pretty far come with a remote. For some reason, the remote doesn't want to work anymore. Go figure that one out, eh? Seems like every time I buy something, you know, it works for a little bit and then it just gives out on me. Anyways, I don't know what to do with that one, but I guess we're just gonna you have to bear with me. You're gonna see me walk up and walk to the camera to shut it off, and away from the camera to turn it on, or whatever it is when I want to do some videos and get the show on the road. Anyways, I'm going to take you in and show you where the cranberries are. If we can see a few, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever picked lowbush cranberries, but this is I can show you what the plants look like and the type of area might find them in. And God's honest truth, the only reason I found them up here is because I was bird hunting one year and I shot one of the birds just down the trail here a bit of a ways, and it had some cranberries in the crop. I said, well, there's got to be some water close by or a swamp close by, and I went, had a little walk, and sure enough, there was a little swamp and some cranberries. Funny part is I've checked several other little swales and wet areas, and not another place that have I been able to find cranberries. Anyways, that is what it is. So we'll take a walk there in a couple of minutes. I'll turn you back on, and we'll see if we can find some. There we go. I think we're on. I think we're rolling. So we're gonna go have a look. A little swamp in here, and let's see if I can get in there without falling down a hole or falling on my face someplace. It's going to be a little different here. I got you strapped to my chest, so I got two hands free, almost. And we're going to go have a look and see if we can maybe find a cranberry or two. Nice, like that. Used to like to come just eat them fresh like that, right in the swamp. But maybe we're a little late, I don't know. Or maybe they're, like I said earlier, maybe they're just none this year. I'm going to try to sneak in here. Oh my goodness. Darn trees and branches, everything just hangs up in everything. Okay. Can you let me go here, please? My goodness. Yeah. A lot of big rocks back in here anyways. Look at that. Anyways, my little rubber boots sprung a leak this morning. A little disappointed to see that, but here's the swamp we're coming into. And let's have a look and see. More leaves down now, a little harder. Maybe a little harder to see. Come on. Come on. Okay. I'm looking down on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see this. Put the camera facing the camera down, but these are all the little cranberry plants right here with the small leaves. Yeah.
That's all cranberry plants. Lots of plants in here. Just not seeing one berry. So what we're going to do, I'm going to snoop around a little bit. I'll shut the camera off for a minute. I'm sure you don't want to see me snoop around. But if I happen to see some, I'll turn you back on and I'll show you what they look like in the wild. Yeah, we had an unusually dry summer. I'm thinking maybe that might be the reason why. Just not seeing any cranberries at all. Trying to move nice and slow. But anyway, this type of swamp you see. A lot of tea brush. There are little pines growing in there too. Over the, I guess that's black spruce or whatever the heck it happens to be. Looks like, that one actually looks like tamrock, but I'm not sure on that one what it is. But this is the type of swamp you would be walking in and you'd be able to find them. You say you'd be able to see them right now if there was anything here. I'm not even seeing too many cranberry plants over here, to be quite honest. But I know there was a little bit over here. It seems to be getting a little thinner. Here we go. You see the little leaves, the small plants? That's all cranberries. This little hill, it should have been covered in them, little devils. Now either we didn't just have any crop this year, or maybe the birds got at them, or the mice, or whatever happens to be in here. There's a lot of animals I'd eat them, including myself. Anyways, we're going to head back to the quad and see what the heck, what else we can find further on down the trail. And maybe something else I can take a picture of and show you and talk about a little bit and tell you what I know. And maybe I probably don't know that much about it, but what the heck, I can talk. If there's nothing else I can do. Okay, we're going to see you in a little bit. A terrible camera. Can't tell if it's on or not. Anyways, I thought I seen a bird up here, up in one of the trees. So we're going to take a little walk up there and see if we can get ourselves a bird. I don't know if it's upper or maybe we'll take it home and I'll have a little snack with my mom, with mommy, my mom, with mommy, my wife. Good Lord. Okay. I think you were up in the tree here someplace. Yeah. Where did you go? Yeah. We've driven quite a ways there and haven't seen anything. Yeah. Oh, looks like this guy got away. You don't want to wait for me. His spruce hens, they're generally pretty confident when they're in their trees. They don't like to fly. They don't generally fly too far, but they probably make so much noise that this guy here couldn't put up with the noise, so he took off. That's my guess. Anyways, I thought he was up in one of these trees, and not seeing him. And the sun's kind of blinding me, so I don't know if I get off to the side here if it makes it any better. Not really. Anyways, well, I guess that's a wash. We'll keep going and see. Sometimes there's more than one though. That was one on the ground. Maybe that was it might have been a roughie. They're pretty roughie. It's pretty spooky. A lot of hunters. A lot of this trail, very well used trail. A lot of guys come up. Weekend hunters, boy oh boy, it gets pounded pretty hard. That's why we don't see too much here. Anyways, even if I don't get a bird, it's sure nice to see the odd one. It gives. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can see it right up there. That's a spruce hen. Yeah, well, we're going to take you anyways. Okay. Lock ears. And I guess we're not going to take them. Yeah, when you're that close, you don't want to actually hit the bird. You're just trying to graze it, basically. Shoot right beside it, and hopefully a pellet or two will catch it. But looks like nothing caught it, and it flushed. It went a long ways. Anyways, poor grouse will probably be dead now. Anyways, at least I got a shot off. That's terrible, eh? 12 gauge and I can't even hit a bird. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, now here's an interesting one. Now, we're probably back here about, I don't know, 5 kilometers in the bush down this trail. It's a pretty good trail, but I've been coming up here for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years and kind of enjoying the hunt and everything else. And last year I come driving in here, and all of a sudden I'm looking, I'm thinking like, what the heck? Way the heck back here in the middle of nowhere, there's this little swale of a swamp, and I don't know if you can see it, but happens to be a blue barrel back there. I'm thinking like, how in the heck did that get way back here? I don't see any trails in, like any bear hunters or anything, so it's kind of a weird. Anyways, there it is. I don't know if you can see it, how well you can see it, but I'll take a walk over here if I don't fall in these holes here. Oh my goodness. No fun getting old. Yeah. Right. Stability is not that good anymore. Oh, jeepers. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed where I was. Okay, struggle, and get over here. Yeah. Stand on the rock. I'd like to walk over there, but yeah, I'd probably get my feet wet. There, blue barrel in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the swamp. So, if that's bear hunters, you know what, guys? Take your crap out of here at the end. I mean, it's not really hurting anything, but it sure, you know, kind of ruins it a little bit, in my mind. Anyways, they're going to continue on. We're going to go up to that swamp and see if we can give a minnow trap a soak and see if we can get a minnow or two. I might not, probably leave it overnight and see if I can catch them. Maybe I'll get a bird as I continue on. We're going to get back to you guys in a little bit. Anyways, here's another view of the thing. Here's that rock pile. I don't know, a couple of years ago I took a picture of it, put it on one of the videos. It's kind of one of the anomalies that are back here. It looks like somebody had fun with a loader years and years ago. Anyways, if you can see through the bush there, you can see that blue barrel. And it definitely wasn't here then. Crazy, eh? Makes me wonder. That's probably their marker where they put the blue barrel. Bear hunters, eh? There's another little boulder on top of another boulder. Nice area, nice country, but there are some big boulders back here. Anyways, just thought I'd stop and take a look at it again. I'm always for some reason when I come back here, I always like to stop and have a look at this, thinking like crazy. Makes me want to go up there and stand on top of it, but guaranteed I'd fall. We're going to continue on our little trip. Here we go. Okay, here's the swamp I wanted to put my minnow trap in. Give it a bit of a soak. Take a little walk in. I found a nice little spot to cross. As you can see, when they built the road, they come along with the excavators, I guess, and they dug all these trenches here all over the place. Hard to say, but there's a nice spot there to cross. I was able to hop across, which worked out for me because I'm not one to fall down them holes. Anyways, see how close I can get to the water, and look at this. Yeah, water's right here. Nice spot. Nice spot. I wonder if there's any minnows in here. I've been wanting to check this one out for a few years. I just never gone around to it. But today I did bring a minnow trap. So we're going to give it a little toss. I'm not seeing anything right now in the water, but that doesn't mean they're not here. I'm looking down below and see if I see any cranberry plants. Doesn't appear to be anything here. Oh, there's a few. Very few. My God, they sure didn't grow this year. What the heck happened, eh? Hard to say. Yeah, I'm thinking let's throw a minnow trap out here and see what we're going to get. Anything? Probably nothing. And then maybe tomorrow. I'll come back here tomorrow for the birds and we'll check it out. So I just happened to have a couple of pieces of bread already in there. From when I left this morning, I decided to throw them in. I'll just clip this together, just like that. I don't know if anybody's ever trapped minnows. Oh, that's not very good, eh? Look at that, how that fell apart. Yeah. Don't want that to happen in the darn lake, or the swamp, because then I got to go for a swim. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not crazy about swimming in that loon crap. And this is not the first time this thing's falling apart, so I'm thinking there's something a little bit wrong with it. They're mismatched, or my God, they shouldn't be. These darn traps they're worth enough to buy. I think they're about $40 now in Canada, which is you know, is enough. Mind you, when you're paying like almost, how much are we paying? What did I pay for a dozen there? A little over almost $8 a dozen for a minnows. I guess it pays for itself if you can catch them. I'm just not seeing anything there, but I'm thinking maybe tonight they may come around. Anyways, all I can do is hope. Toss it out, let it sink, and let it do its thing. I'll tie the little string right here. Yeah, just so in case, because I've had it where sometimes something comes along and grabs your trap and tries to walk away with it, right? That worked out, eh? My goodness. It seems like whatever I'm doing today is not working out my favor. Okay, let's give you a double wrap, kind of like a choker. Yeah. Now I'm going to tie you back up. There, that's better. Yeah, nothing around it, but I've seen it before where I've trapped minnows, throw my trap in during the day, nothing. Come back the next morning, it's full. Seems like the minnows like to travel around more at night. Yeah, here's my bread. Guess it fell out. Piece of, so toss it in there. Something will eat it. Maybe a duck will come along and chew on it. Okay, let's head back to the quad and we're going to continue on. Maybe we'll get up to Jackson Lake and stop and I'll have lunch there. Just kind of snoop around a little bit and go check and see how my boat is looking. Hopefully it's still there. Nobody stole it, because I don't know about where you guys are from, but up here, yeah, there's a lot of thieves. Sad to say, eh? So, anyways, if you happen to do watch the video, yeah, make a comment where, if you do watch it, where the heck you're living or where you're from, watching it from. I'd be kind of curious, see how far reaching, and maybe somebody else looks at it. And if you recognize some of the areas I'm up at, this is up behind West Branch Road, behind Webwood. Like we turn in about 96 kilometer mark. We head in, and this is where the trail takes off. So I'm maybe about 6 kilometers in now, just about at Jackson Lake. And there's a lot of people come up here. So if you happen to come up here and you recognize something, yeah, let me know. Okay, we're going to shut this off again and head back to across the bush and continue on. Okay, so here we are, Jackson Lake. Yeah, got a little bit of a sunspot on the lens here. Yeah, I changed my holder, and now I can look at the back of the camera and I can actually see what I'm looking at through the lens of the camera a little bit. So I don't know if you can see, there's a boat over to the right. There's like another 3 boats over there to the left. Yeah, there's a lot of boats in this lake. People come. First time I come here, somebody had used the boats and they were half in the water. And so I end up bail them out, pull them out, flip them upside down, try to put them up high enough, because it was fall time and probably about 2 weeks before it freeze up, and I'm figuring if somebody didn't look after the boats for them or do something for them, they're going to be losing them for sure. A lot of people just drive right down through here, drive across. There's a little trail around the side, I'll go in the trail. I guess hopefully my rack here, that big rack, kind of interferes with me a little bit, you know what, but I'm figuring if the fishing goes good on Gull Lake tomorrow, or tonight I should say, I'll probably pull my boat out tomorrow. I won't have to leave it there. I'll just bring it back to the camper and park it. Then I can take the rack off. Wouldn't that be nice, eh? Sweet. Anyways, this is where I like to come fishing. We're going to head across there, go around, and we're going to have lunch over there. That's where my boat is, and we'll have a look and see, make sure it's still good. Nothing happened to it. That green boat that you can see over there last year looks like somebody had put it up there. Again, it's still there, but somebody had whacked it with an axe. They were pissed off for whatever reason. It's kind of strange because the water is high here compared to Gull Lake or the Bishy, because normally that's a little sand beach over there, and you can walk right beside the boat. Anyways, we're going to take a little drive over there and have a look-see. So I'll turn this back on in a minute and we'll see what we can see. Yeah, here's the green boat I was talking about, where somebody did it with axe. I thought it looked like it was repaired when I got close, because I see the one spot there, but now I look, I can see the big hole. Yeah, hard to say. What the heck happened? Maybe when they pulled it up, they hit a rock. Somebody. It's not an axe. That's back of an axe, if anything. Uh, That's too bad, eh? Oh well, they got to come and fix it if they want to use it. If not, it's going to be here for a long time. Okay, we're going to continue on. There we go. Drove down the shoreline a bit, kind of over to where my boat is. What a beautiful little lake, eh? Normally this is dry. Over out there by another, I'd say maybe 20 feet. And I can generally park out here. You can see where somebody has been parked, turn around. They drive a little bit further. There's another boat up in the bush there. That's Trevor's. Here's my quad. My boat is over here, which is high and dry. Looks like it's good. Anyways, might even be easier for next time I pull it out. Yeah, it's in the back right there. You can just barely see it, but it is there. Yeah, I can like to walk up a little further. Again, I don't want to fall. But nobody touched it, which is good. There's two more boats over there beside it. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody use them at all. Maybe somebody has, but at least I've never seen it. So mine's hidden here, and this is, if I want to come down Jackson, this is where I come and get my boat. It's kind of nice because it's not that many people that come down there. There's a few, but I've only actually seen one other time there was another boat on the lake, and that was actually Trevor. So, okay, lunchtime. We're gonna grab a bite to eat right now, and then we'll continue on our way. There's a little dragonfly there. She's gonna grab it if it doesn't. Be careful. It's funny, eh? One dragonfly in the back of the other one, looks like. Two of them. Keep a dab in the water. I'm kind of thinking they may be laying eggs. Oh, that's my guess. Maybe fertilizing them and dropping eggs down for the next for the hatch. Interesting, eh? Anyways, I wanted to make reference to Erica and Seneca. They had a nice little get-together, family get-together on Sunday, Thanksgiving, and my boys were there with a couple of the grandchildren, and it was nice to see them. Not often we get together all at once. We're going to do it again next weekend. Next weekend is actually Thanksgiving. It was a little Thanksgiving get-together with the mother-in-law side of the family. It was nice seeing people I haven't seen in a long time and be able to say hello and catch up a little bit. It's kind of nice. Kudos to Erica for doing that, and Seneca for putting all that effort in, and Wayne and David and everybody. Nice to be able to have family get-togethers. I know my wife really enjoyed it, and so did I. And I'm hoping it'll be not the first time. It'll be just the beginning. And maybe next year we'll do it again. And it's always nice to be able to have little family get-togethers. Anyway, that's my thought for today. Just thinking about it while I'm sitting here having my sandwich and enjoying the view of the lake. Nice and quiet. I can hear the wind off in the distance, and sometimes this lake gets awful rough. She goes north-south in a chain of 3 lakes, so she gets very rough. Seeing myself in my little 2 horsepower motor having a hard time just making it back to shore, fishing over to the over there in that corner. It was lucky. Lucky I was able to get back. I was worried about my motor conking out. I always bring a set of oars, but there's no way I've been able to row because what I have is coming against the wind. It's generally later on in the fall when the north winds start to pick up, and you know winter is just around the corner then. Anyways, that's my thought for right now, and I'm gonna continue on. I guess we'll head back and see if we can go to Gull Lake and try some evening fishing. So it's going to take me about an hour and a half to get back. We'll let that minnow trap soak, and then tomorrow I'll check it and see. Hopefully we get a few minnows. Maybe I'll get a bird on the way back. Yeah. Hopefully the next time I see a bird, I'll shoot better, shoot straighter, I guess. Lord knows, sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. It's one thing I always hate, like heck to wound an animal and not get it, because no sense to shoot if you're not going to eat it, and I don't shoot it unless I'm going to plan on eating it. So shut you off for now and we'll get back to you. No, there's another spruce hen over there. I figured out, what the heck, I'm going to try for it, eh? Think I can hit it this time? We're going to try. But okay. I think I got it. Oh, this crazy thing, eh? Anyways, yeah. I almost feel bad about shooting them poor little things. But I do enjoy eating them, so that's just the way nature is. Well, here we are. We're going to go check and see if we got any minnows in that creek, or the swamp. Grab my shotgun here just for the heck of it. Yes, I don't anticipate seeing anything, but you never know. Might see a partridge. Gotta find the spot where we crossed yesterday, and then we'll be able to sneak in there. So let's walk up the road here a little bit. Where's a good place to get in there? That's wet, that's wet, that's wet. I know there was one spot that it was pretty good to walk across yesterday. Yeah. Where are you? Ah, I'm thinking it's right here. Yeah. Kind of not. Maybe it is. Let's go. Let's go for it. Where's I can just fall? Oops. But grab the camera, take it right out of my hands. Ay, ay, ay. Don't want to fall down there. Okay. Let's see what we see. I don't have much faith. Like I say, I haven't been able to catch minnows in anywhere up here. But you never know. There's the trap. No, the bread's still there. It don't look like a thing around it. Well, gonna pull it out and we'll see what we got. See if I can put you down someplace here. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but let's go get her. Well, not a blessed thing. Kind of what I expected, but oh well. At least we tried. That's kind of what I wanted to figure out what the heck we got. So, saying that, I'm gonna grab the trap and we're gonna head home and maybe we'll see a bird on the way back. That's too bad, eh? It would be a nice spot for catch minnows because it is close to the lake I like to fish. Anyways, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, trying to get the viewfinder to turn around to the front. It ain't happening. Go figure, eh? I guess you can't have it on record and flip at the same time. Anyways, well, back at the camper. Hear a truck going by. Now I can sit down and I can have a cold wobbly pop. Anyways, I'm going to recap the weekend. Got here Monday afternoon, started to rain. Sat that out till about 4 o'clock. Finally up, subsided a little bit, went for birds. Was able to get 4. That was actually not too bad. I was hoping for 5, but 4 is okay. All spruce hens except for one rough grouse. Yesterday I went to put the boat in the lake in the morning. Decided to go for birds again. We got 3, I think. And all spruce hens. Come back to camp, go fishing for the evening. I got 3 walleye. It would have been nice to get my foot limit 4, but it was 3. So I thought I'd go back this morning, and boy, oh boy, I caught one little walleye. I tell you, this wobbly pop is about the size of that walleye I caught. So I had to throw it back. Caught a couple of pike though. I didn't keep them. I prefer the walleye. I mean, I'm just kind of spoiled that way. So I went for birds again this afternoon. Oh yeah, and then last night when I was coming off the lake, met a couple of fellows there from Sagama Reserve in Massey, and they're up there. They're going to set their nets for the evening, and guess be netting walleye or pike or whatever it is they get. Kind of disappointing, but you know, it is their rights. So we just have to learn to live with it. Anyways, went back this morning again, and it was cold. My God, it was like 2 degrees this morning when I got up. So, but I got on the lake. I think it was about 4 when I finally got on the lake. About 4 degrees. Got up to 10 total. Like I say, fished again today. Nothing. No walleye. Anyways, going home with my 3. Decided, okay, come back, bring the boat back, start to get it loaded up. Can't put it on because I don't want to bury my solar panels. We're looking at where the boat is, though. Block the sun right off, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. I could have pulled that all the way up. Anyways, back at camp now. Just got back from going for birds. Checked the minnow trap. Not a darn thing. A little disappointing again, but you know what? Got to keep trying, right? Eventually I'll hit that spot, and next time I won't have to go looking for it. I know where to go. Funny, 6 years been coming up here, and haven't been able to catch a spot to catch a bloody minnow yet. But anyways, it's going to happen. I hope, hopefully, anyways. So that's it. I want to say cheers and all the best to you. If you give me a like, appreciate it, and if you want to subscribe, even better. Again, leave a comment if you're watching from out of town, or which is I'm close to Sudbury, Northern Ontario. Anyways, I'm kind of curious if whoever watches my videos where they're located. You know, it's always interesting. Anyways, salute. Oh yeah, we can spill it. Okay, that's it for now.